As global demand for gunpla continues to outstrip the supply, one of the editors from Hobby Japan magazine has expressed his frustration on not being able to secure the gunpla kits during launch date. And yes, that Hobby Japan magazine. So one of the editors actually went on to his Twitter account and expressed his views, which was quite interesting, and it really invited quite a lot of backlash. So what I'm going to say here is a little bit more of paraphrasing what he mentioned, and this is all through Google Translate, so there may be some mistakes here. Now what was interesting was, this particular editor was wondering, hey, why is it so hard nowadays to actually get kits during launch day? Where previously they can just walk in on launch day, there aren't a lot of crowds, and you can pretty much get anything that you want without worrying about whether there's going to be enough stock for you. So now he's wondering, is this maybe a new game that the resellers are playing? Are they not really taking up more stocks because the margins and the pricing they're giving up for new kits are becoming lower and lower, especially with the high grade Universal Century Nightingale, where the MSRP is 7,700 yen, but you can pretty much buy it for 6,200 plus yen at retail, which is quite cheap, right? And in continuation with that, he said he was also okay to actually buy it off scalpers for a little bit more, given that, hey, it is not illegal to buy from scalpers. And that kind of invited quite a lot of backlash, right? So essentially what he was saying that, hey, technically, if you're not happy with this situation with the scalpers in Japan, you can always go and line up during launch day and buy the kit that you want. But if you don't want to do so, then just suck it up and just pay for the scalpers, right? That essentially is how I read the situation. So yeah, so obviously with that particular conversation and his tweets, it really blew up. I think a lot of Japanese builders were not happy because it is seen as the editors and also Hobby Japan themselves were in support of the scalping methodology and also practice in Japan. Okay, so Hobby Japan actually posted their views and they say, hey, dear customers, they would like to express our sincere gratitude for your continued support. We sincerely apologize for the fact that our editors have expressed their one-sided views on hobby products on social media networks and other places, and this has betrayed everyone's feelings for the hobbies and their trust in us. This is completely different from the views of the Hobby Japan editorial department and Hobby Japan Company Limited. And as a person involved in this hobby, we do not tolerate any resale or hobby activities of hobby products. Regarding the views of the employees, we believe they are completely incompatible with our way of thinking and that we should not be a person involved in hobbies. We will strictly dispose of the employee in accordance with company regulations, and we sincerely apologize to our readers and everyone in hobbies for this matter. So yeah, basically I think Hobby Japan is going to take some strict discipline action against this editor, and I think that's pretty much the right thing to do, given that everybody in this hobby really hates scalpers, myself included, because nothing frustrates you more than going into a particular store or even pre-ordering a kit and only being told that the particular item that you wanted is already sold out, or you do not get the stock that you were allocated for, and you really had to turn to scalpers to pay double or triple the price of the actual MSRP. So quite an interesting news, but so far the editor has apologized on his Twitter network, and I think that is fine. For me, I think this is a open and shut case. But what is important, the learning here is, if you are working in the employment of a hobby company or publication, I think it's wise not to say something that is in totally different as to what the company would view as the norm, because if you want to do so, you probably would get into trouble, such as this particular editor here. So there you have it, folks. A very interesting news and development regarding the gunpla scene in Japan. There's definitely shortage happening in Japan right now, and the good news is I think Bandai is definitely ramping up production to meet the demand for all these kits that everybody is trying to buy. But what is interesting is, as I mentioned in my previous video as well, a lot of other countries like Hong Kong, Malaysia, and some other countries as well are seeing a lot of shortage in terms of new kits going. So hopefully this situation will be rectified by Bandai in the near future. So till then, into our next video, thank you for watching. See you in the comment section below. Until then, please stay safe and stay healthy.